This spill outcome is a result of this formula returning data where item is t-shirt or hoodie, and color is red or blue, and city is Denver or Seattle. How do we pull this off? That's quite a challenge. Here's our outcome. Here's our formula. Here are our tools. Filter, ISNUMBER, match. I'm going to walk you through how to solve this problem. Brad Williams, Excel Prime. Filter with multiple OR criteria. I'm not going to discuss the OR in the end. You should know by now. But we're going to filter based on what? Here's our criteria. We have item, color, and city. That matches over in the range, item, color, city. What we're going to do is we want to filter the range. What are we looking for? We're looking for t-shirts, red, and Denver. What does that mean? That means we're looking for a t-shirt that's either red or Denver. We're looking for a hoodie that's blue or located in Seattle. If we can't find it, we're going to put a 0, I suspect. Let me show you how this works. We have a filter. We're working with text. So we have to ask Excel very nicely, hey, convert this text over into something countable. So we're going to use this ISNUMBER. And if it's true, do something. If false, then do something else. We're going to use the match function. And this is what it looks like. Don't be intimidated. We have filter, ISNUMBER, match, match, ISNUMBER. Filter allows you to filter a range of data based on criteria you define. ISNUMBER tests if a cell is a number, true or false. And then remember match, it's going to look for a value in a list and return its position. Okay, it's going to look for a row. Let's go back in and let's take a look. You're sitting there asking yourself, well, where do I start with this thing? First thing is, we said we want to filter. In the last example, we were just looking at one criteria. We were just looking for items, color, and city with the AND function. Well, here we're going to use the OR function. In order to pull that off, well, first of all, we have to start off with filter. The next thing you're going to ask is, well, I'm looking at a bunch of text. How do I convert that over? The ISNUMBER will help you there. What do we need to do next? Well, we have to find row numbers, don't we? Well, we can use the match function. Let's see. We have filter D5, D15, and we always want to sort of start from the right and go left. What we're trying to do here, as you can see, we have 3 of the same layouts. We have ISNUMBER match. Why? Well, we're trying to find item, color, and city. And the only way to do that is to coerce text into something countable. Let's look at ISNUMBER. Test if cell is true or false. ISNUMBER is just looking for a value. If we hit F9, it's going to go and it's going to say, well, we have a number, no number, so on and so forth. Well, how does that work? We have to look at match. Why? Well, because what does match do? What did we ask? We said, look in D5 to D15. Do what? Well, it says, look for Denver and Seattle. Here we have Seattle, Denver, Seattle, Portland, Seattle, Bend, Denver, Bend, Seattle, Denver, Bend. And what are we looking for? Denver and Seattle. What is ISNUMBER going to do? Well, it's going to say, well, Seattle and or Denver, if they match, say 1. If not, put an A. For example, Bend doesn't match Denver or Seattle. Portland doesn't match Denver or Seattle. So now we'll go to ISNUMBER and try to remember what we did. Okay, I said D5, match D5 to H5 and H6. Go to ISNUMBER. And the way ISNUMBER works, it says test if cell is a number. Go to ISNUMBER, hit value F9. Here we have 2, 1, 2, NA2, NA2, 1. What are we doing? Well, where is Seattle? It's in position 2. Where's Denver? Here in H6 and 7 is number Seattle. 1 would be Denver. Why? Look at the range here. We're looking in D and we're looking at Seattle. Where is Seattle? Seattle's number 2. Why? Well, because that's what Match just said. Search for a value in a list and return its position. Isn't that what we're doing? We're searching for Denver and Seattle in this list. Denver is 1. Seattle is 2. Portland, NA. We're going to go through and we're going to find t-shirt. No, let's just go to red. Now we're going to say, well, okay, Match, find in C5, find red or blue. Well, let's go into Match, look up F9, and here we have gray, red, blue, gray, etc., etc. Look up array, F9, and red, blue. And what's it going to do? It's going to count. And let's go to ISNUMBER and F9. And here we have 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Then we'll do the same thing with the last ISNUMBER. We're going to hit F9 and we're going to have a bunch of 1s and 2s, right? Well, we're going to match the 1s and 2s with the filter. What Excel is going to do is it's going to look here. We saw the numbers. We know t-shirt is going to be a 1. We know red is going to be a 1. And we know Denver is going to be a 1. So if you look and it said 1, 1, 1, that's a match. And it's going to say t-shirt, red, Denver. And then if we see hoodie, blue, Seattle, well, hoodie is going to be 2, blue is going to be 2, and Seattle is going to be a 2. Be sure to check out all of our Excel courses. Excel data and text manipulation. We have an advanced beginners and intermediate course. Excel essentials. This is for individuals new to Excel. We have an advanced, excellent beginners, level 1 and level 2, and intermediate level course. Excel formulas, formulas only. We have a beginner, an advanced, and an intermediate level course. Click on any of the links. There's a short video that explains everything about the course. Check it out. And if we had multiple lists, it would just spit that out. If we go back up here and we went 1, 1, 1, 1, if we opened up the ISNUMBER, F9, F9. Now, what are we doing here? Okay, we have number 1. Where? In the second row. If we go across, we have a number 1 in the second row. We go across and we have a number 1 in the second row. We have a match. That satisfies the filter. How about find number 2? That'd be in row 3. Is there a number 2 in the third row? So you have to go 1, 2, 3. Yes. And then you can see there's a number 2 in the third row. But how about, is there a number 2 anywhere else? No. That's the end of the search. Filter will just go through there and go, well, that's it. Even though we have a number 2, and that would be the color. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th row, which would be number 2 would be blue in the 5th row. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, and lo and behold, there it is. If you look here, I think you guys are getting the gist of this. Again, if this is confusing, work at it. You have to understand how Excel does its thing. It has to be able to find these numbers, and that's where the ISNUMBER comes in. It converts it over into something we understand. This is not something you're gonna go, wow, that just like waking up in the morning having a cup of coffee. No, this is, I mean, really, it's crazy. And if you can figure it out, your colleagues are gonna go, wow, you really know your stuff. So work at it, have some fun with it, and send me an email and say, Brad, this really sucks. Or yeah, I really got it. I'm glad you keep hammering us on this stuff. But that's filter with multiple criteria. Brad Williams, Excel Prime, out. Williams out.